Is that what I think it is? Oh man. Looks like we're in for a cold day. Fish when you can, right? Now's the time. Let's do it. Winter is coming. How's everybody doing? Welcome back to the channel. It is late fall, early winter. It was 25 degrees this morning. It's about 33 right now. We are up early. It is super calm water. We're gonna see if we can't catch us some bigmouth bass. We got a bunch of different baits tied on today. Swim bait, lipless, spy bait, micro jig, tube. I'm guessing that the bass are out deep. And we're gonna see if we can put that theory to the test. I think I just saw a bass come out of the water over here. Oh no, it's carp. Must be like spawning season or something. The first bit of fish activity I've seen so far. Water's slightly colder over here. That makes sense. It's much shallower over here. All right, so up until this point, I've been hopping a lipless crankbait, specifically a Strike King red eye shad. And I've been hopping it around for 20, 30 minutes. I finally pull up a bass, 6, 7 inches. I'm not recording. I'm not even gonna worry about it. Then I find a pot of fish. So I go ahead and start throwing around the Ike's micro football jig with a smallie beaver on it. A couple minutes later, pulled up another really tiny bass. Said, you know what, this is not the spot. I've got to cover some water. So I switch spots and I tie on my #1 confidence lure for wintertime cold water fishing. Check this out. There we go. Get over here, you little guy. Best one of the day so far. That's a little sad, but it is what it is. On that little swim bait. Nice little silver bass. Oh, there's a fish. He felt like he had some weight to him. Let's do that again. Oh, there's a bite. More of the same. No giants today, but it sure is fun. Come on, there's got to be a 2-pounder. Oh, man, he thumped it too. He thumped it. That was my 2-pounder that I was just talking about. So they're definitely back in here, but it's private property beyond here. So I can't, I literally cannot move forward in that direction any more than this. And that sucks. What's the bait? Drum roll, please. It is a finesse swim bait, specifically this finesse swim bait. And if you guys stick around to the end of the video, I'm gonna tell you all about it. But by far, my #1 confidence bait for wintertime cold water fishing. It could be late fall, it could be early winter, it could be early spring. When I'm looking for aggressively feeding bass, is a finesse swim bait. hit it and spit it pretty quick. Decent. Maybe close to the best one of the day. Nah, I don't think so. Open up and say, how do I retrieve it? What do I do with it? So if I'm in open water, deep water, flats, I cast it out, I let it hit bottom, I raise my rod tip, I give it a small pop, and then it's just a slow and steady retrieve. I want it to stay close to the bottom, but up off the bottom. I don't want it to be dragging. If I'm offshore, casting to the bank and bringing it up, as soon as it hits, it's a slow, steady retrieve, but it's even slower because I want it to kind of pendulum down and follow the natural contours of the slope from the bank as it's going into deeper water. Success. We've gotten bait out of the brush pile. Fish on. Nice. On the fall. Feels halfway decent. I think this is probably the best bass of the day so far. I'll take him. The struggle is real when that's your best bass of the day so far, but that's what happens when it's 25 degrees outside. Thanks, homie. I appreciate you. They appreciate you too. Adios. This is a test of the emergency tornado network. So not the day that I was looking for, didn't run across any giants. It was still a fun day, just getting out on the water, getting to decompress, getting to relax. So let's talk about the rod first. I think the rod is one of the most important components of being successful with this bait when it comes to bass fishing for me. This is a 7-foot medium, moderate fast spinning rod. This is made by Cashion. I think it's their Elite series. I don't remember. It's not the bottom of the barrel. It's not the top of the food chain. It's somewhere right in the middle. I picked it up at a fishing show, got a great deal. If you guys have never been to a fishing show, I highly recommend that you research to see if there's any fishing shows coming into your area in the month of January or February. All these vendors, they set up these booths. They don't want to take stuff back with them. So if you're there on the second to last day or the last day, whatever's left, they are looking to get rid of so you can wheel and deal and probably walk away with some great stuff. But the reason why I love this rod so much is the moderate fast action. Not to mention, it's a Cashion rod. They make their own blanks here. It's one of the most sensitive rods that I have, but it's that medium, moderate fast action. When I set the hook with these small baits, whether it's a big fish or a small fish, because this rod bends down here into the blank, that parabolic action really helps keep the fish pinned. I absolutely love it. I've got it set up on a Shimano Sahara 3000. Any 2500, 3000 size spinning reel would be great. Just make sure you got a good drag. I fish it on 10-pound braid to an 8-pound leader. That is really, really light braid, but this is a really, really light lure. I really like a braid that's like a 7 or an 8 or a 9 strand because it casts further, goes through the guides a little bit quieter. So now let's talk about the lure itself. This is a Megabass Okashira head. It's 1/8 ounce. You can see it's got a little concave at the bottom in the jaw area below the gills. It helps keep the bait streamlined. This bait is a 6 cents Divine Swimmer 3.2 inch in electric shiner. These swim baits for me are awesome in the wintertime because it doesn't have that huge, big old tail kick. It's just a really subtle tail kick. And as the tail's doing that, the head's also doing that. And I really, really like that tail wobble. Not to mention these 6 cent swim baits are way more durable than Kitex. Kitex, 1, 2, 3 bass, you're done. I've been fishing with one swim bait all day and landed 10 smallmouth on it, and I could still pick it up and go fishing. So guys, that's my setup. That's my #1 confidence bait. I wish I'd gotten into a better quality of fish in this lake, but it is what it is. This lake has 2 classes of fish. Fish this big and fish this big. And we're gonna talk a lot more about that in an upcoming video. And we're gonna, the focus of that video is gonna be, is catch and release hurting or helping the bass fishing industry? If you have lakes, if you have ponds by you or lakes by you where there's just a bunch of stunted bass, I highly, highly, highly encourage you guys to watch that video when it's coming up. But I got to get out of here. I appreciate you watching. If you've stuck around to the very, very end, thank you very much. If you're new to the channel, welcome. What you see is what you get. Consider subscribing. And if you are going to subscribe, make sure to smash that bell so that way you know when new videos come out. I've got to run. I've got to go be a dad. Hopefully we get back out on the water soon. Take care. Tight lines. Hope you're fishing. Hope you're catching.